All right, I promised you at the start of the semester that there's going to be a final project in this class, and now is the time to talk about it and to get you thinking about it, all right? There's going to be something due for it next week, so I'm going to force you to start thinking right now, all right? So here is the overview for your final project. I'm also going to release a little module on Canvas with some more info, mostly what I'm about to say, as well as links to places where you will submit things, okay? So here's like the final project info page. Here are the requirements, the main requirements for your final project. I am requiring you to work with a partner, because that is what you will be doing in real life once you go and get a programming job. All right, so you have to work with somebody else. One lucky group of students gets 3 if we have an odd number of students in the class. You are required to use GitHub to host your code and to share it with your partner. This is the one time I want you to use a public GitHub repository, because I want to be able to see your code too. And then I also want you to learn something brand new that you've never learned before. That is your last requirement, okay? It's going to help you as a CSCI student, because that's what you have to do for every class from now on. You're going to have to be forced to learn things on your own. And this is a great way to get started with that, all right? So think of an idea that involves something brand new. It does not have to be anything about this class. It does not have to be assembly-based at all. In fact, I would prefer if it wasn't. I want you to learn something brand new, but don't try to do something super difficult, all right? Make it doable that you can finish strong on by the time the semester is over, all right? So it's more for your resume, I would say. It's a great thing to put on a resume, something that you've built yourself, okay? An example idea is if you can't think of something, maybe go and find a tutorial for something that you want to be able to do. I want to learn this game development library. So go find a tutorial for it and change it enough so that you can call the thing that you produce yours rather than you copying the tutorial verbatim, because that I will not give you credit for that, right? It's got to be something new still, something slightly different. So maybe go find a Pong tutorial and turn it into the game Breakout, which is like Pong, but fancier, right? So something like that. That's the idea, all right? So I want you to propose your project. Find a partner and give me your project proposal. You'll both turn in the same file next week, all right? I want you to start thinking about this now, because I need to approve of your projects and make sure they're not too hard or too easy, okay? I want it to be the right amount of difficulty for the amount of your grade that it is worth, right? Your project proposal will be worth 10% of your final project grade, so shouldn't be too hard to just get it working. So here's the info page. Most of what I've said is here, but as you're pairing up, right, as you're finding a partner, I've made a nice little Google sheet for us. So if you actually know a partner, you're ready with a partner right now, go list your names here. Or if you're looking for a partner, here's a good place to go and congregate together and list your name, how to contact you, when you're available, and then if you have some ideas of what you would like to do, then list it here as well, and that will help you find a partner that will that aligns with your goals, okay? And I hope that is useful. So use that Google Sheet to find a partner or to tell me who your partner is once you find one. And yeah, you gotta use a public GitHub repository. This is the one time you're gonna do that in this class. Everything else should be private. And you gotta learn something brand new, okay? So like I said, the project proposal is gonna be due next week. So here's that link. What you'll do is you'll submit a little PDF that talks about who your partner is, what you're gonna work on, tell me what technologies you're going to use, how you're going to do it, oh, I found this tutorial, I'm going to use Rust and this fancy Rust library to make this game or something like that, all right? So at least 250 words so that I can get a good idea of what you're going to do, all right? And I will respond to you with either my approval or my disapproval, okay? And I'll force you to find something new if the idea is too hard or too easy. We'll figure things out together, all right? But that's why I want it in pretty soon. All right, so go find a partner quickly and get this in. You can both submit the same file, all right? I want a submission from both of you if possible. That's easier for me to grade. And then, yeah, there's a presentation and a write-up during the last week of classes, all right? So here are some example ideas as well, some more ideas. There's a cool visualization library or some computer vision library called OpenCV that lets you hook in your webcam and figure out if somebody's holding up a peace sign rather than a thumbs up or something meaner. I think you can imagine. So that could be fun, motion tracking. That's pretty cool. That would be a fun thing to go and learn. Maybe you can program a game around that or something. Or another idea is a lot of students are interested in making games. Godot is a popular game engine. 3.js is a popular game engine / framework. Go find a tutorial, learn enough of it to make something cool, something brand new that's yours. All right. You can learn a web framework in a new language and like make one of my class website things. Like I have, for example, on our website. I know we're not using it right now, but in my in-person classes, we use this thing called ByClicker, where my students can like press A, B, C, D, or E, and the instructor can like start the question and the question and like look at the graph of all the results. So that's a thing. So you can do that. There's a cool group of people called Bridges, and it's a library that you can install and like work with. There's some data sets that you can like hook into, and you can make some cool visualizations there. So it's another thing that you might want to learn. It's helpful for like getting practice with data structures. So that could be something you might want to look into. Pretty popular among undergrads. And yeah, so those are your kind of what I'm looking for. But I'll approve your project proposal when I get it. And yeah, as far as like the final submission goes, you are going to submit 2 things. They're each going to be 45%. The remaining 90% of your grade is going to be split up between a between a presentation, not a proposal, and like a write-up. All right. So here's what you'll do at the end, the last week of classes. It's like the middle of the last week of classes. Both of these will be due the 4th of December. December 4th, I think that's a Wednesday. So just like your proposal is going to be due a Wednesday. So I can make sure I have time to look at it. So yeah, your presentation is just you talking about what you did, right? I'll talk about that first. That's another 45% of your grade for your final project. And it should be a decent length, right? And I want you to just talk about like what you did, what you learned. You can can steal a lot of what you're doing in your write-up. So I'll talk about that in just a second. I want both of you to talk, both partners to talk. You can take turns as you need to, and just like show your code, like show your beautiful thing that you made to me, okay? And yeah, you can show me code itself as well. So that's your presentation. It goes hand in hand with this write-up, all right? I want you to submit a write-up as a PDF, and you'll turn in your presentation also as a PDF, and you'll just put a link somewhere in there. But yeah, your write-up is going to involve like a link to your code as well as talking about what you did and what you learned, okay? So 750 words at least, please. That shouldn't be too hard, especially when you're copying and pasting code. Code counts. Give me a couple screenshots for posterity's sake. And then talk about who did what. Like, this was a group assignment. I want to make sure that things were even. And so please tell me who did what in terms of the assignment. And then give me a link to your public GitHub repository. Make sure it's public, okay? So that I don't have to be logged in as one of you to see it. I want to be able to thumb through your code. Yeah, so that's what you're going to be turning in. Both of these due on the same day. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. I know it's coming up fast. Like we're getting there towards the end of the semester, so that's why I'm forcing you to think about this right now and get something in pretty quickly. All right. So yeah, let me know if you're having any trouble with anything. I'm happy to help, and I am looking forward to seeing what your ideas are. So that's fun for me. And yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to say to describe the assignment. Please go forth. You can use the Google Sheet to like figure out who your group members are. Eventually you'll tell me who they are. You can also use our Discord to go and find a partner and explain what you're interested in. Like, that's another way to do it. And you're totally welcome to use that. All right, Discord is for you. So I think that's all that I wanted to say about your final project. So yeah, again, yell at me if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one.